Hello, I'm Ada Bennett and welcome to the Regina Farmers Market. My first day as market manager was in May of 2007, and I started with 18 vendors, and I thought to myself, what did I get myself into? And then by the next year I had 35 vendors out on that street, and every one of them had a farmers market tablecloth, and the effect was it was just immediate. The Regina Downtown Business Improvement District does crowd studies of us, and the consumers doubled immediately when we doubled the vendors. So that was good information to know that what we were doing was the right direction to take and the right tack to take. Giving to our community is very important to us as a cooperative ourselves. We want to make sure that we give to charity. It also is very good for us because it draws people in, and then once they eat some corn, they probably will go buy some as well too after they've tasted it. We run the Saskatoon Pie Festival, and the proceeds go to Regina Home Economics for Living. We also run a corn fest, and Le Jour Colony is the one that supplies all of the corn for that and runs the festival, and they usually select a different charity every 2 years or so. So last time it's been the Cancer Society of Canada. This year we expect to service 100 vendors. Last year we collected from 92. That doesn't mean that they attend all on the same day. Some attend Wednesdays, some attend Saturdays. The most I got up to last year was about 59. This year you can expect to see at the highest probably 65 to 70 vendors at the City Hall location. We just recently took on a vendor which would be Sabine Weibrick, and she is from Hudson Bay, which is almost 5 hours away. And when asked why she would travel such a great distance to come to a market, she says, well, there's 3 markets around me and they're about an hour and a half to 2 hours away, but I can travel once to Regina and make way more money than I can traveling to all 3 of those an hour and a half or 2 hours at a time. So for her, it's really worth it. She sells the most interesting things: dill pasta, beet pasta, garlic pasta, chocolate pasta, vanilla pasta, and then she also sells a lot of really interesting jams and jellies, so like lavender jelly and cowgirl bling jelly with vodka in it, and just really different from anything that we've had before. Well, right now the farmers market, of course, offers your main staples that you're going to be wanting to cook at home. You know, you've got potatoes, peas, carrots, beans, spinaches, kales, lettuces, cucumbers, all the old favorites. So I guess what I really like about market is that you can find items that you just can't get in the grocery store. Tomatoes, amazing tomatoes. We've got Heliotrope Farms is probably bringing in at least 10 to 12 different varieties of heirloom tomatoes. We've got a greenhouse now, so that's really quite helpful in the spring and fall times when there isn't as much vegetables. We have another greenhouse that will be coming in June and be offering things like Chinese vegetables, things for doing stir fry, which will be really great. Hand grow gardening offers little mini eggplants, which are quite delicious and nice for putting on pizzas and just making into little appetizers. He has small little cherry tomatoes as well that he offers this time of year. A lady just recently got in that makes foot-long danishes. We have ethnic food, so we have spanakopita, samosas, falafel, empanadas. We have Swedish food as well, Viking food. Lots of Ukrainian goodies out there, lots of Polish goodies. You know, ethnic foods is really important to the farmers market. Of course, the rule at the Regina Farmers Market is that every item that's at the farmers market must be made, baked, or grown by the vendor. If they cover 3 of them, great. If they cover 1, that's great too. So as far as our handcrafts, we have jewelers. They do beaded jewelry, hemp jewelry, silver jewelry. There's some metal work and so on as well. We have painters, and I'd like to encourage more artists to come out to the farmers market. Potters I would love to get. We have one lady that does portraits of children. There is sewers that do pot holders, pot scrubbers, aprons, beautiful sweaters, as well, shrugs, like nice fashionable clothing and stuff, little Saskatchewan Rough Rider bracelets, things like that. We have 2 honey producers at the market. One is the largest in Saskatchewan, and that would be Helen's Honey. And there's ZB Honey. She tries really interesting things like lemon honey and lavender honey. We have jams and jellies, lots of Saskatoon products, Saskatoon syrups. It covers all kinds of pickling and of various vegetables such as asparagus, dills, that kind of thing. As well, we have some specialty things like barbecue sauce. Some of our ladies just started up a line of mustards, and now they've grown that to 10 different mustards and farm-made and beautiful mustards. So we're getting a little bit more into the spreads and honeys and things that you're eating at breakfast and on your sandwich, that kind of thing. And now we're going to be selling goat cheese. There is another cheese farmer that is interested in us that sells cow's cheese. We're just filling in all those little holes, and I think ethnic is going to be the hottest thing for market this year. I mean, this is what we're going to concentrate on. Is we have a really wonderful cultural mix of people here in Regina, so we want to make sure that we're servicing all of those people. We sell eggs. Now, where the market used to be located was 1900 block Scar Street. And we even got the city to give us some space on 1800 block Scar Street in 2008 in anticipation of this project happening. So that's when we began expanding our market. As soon as the $1 million went into the project, then immediately it was like, well, what can we do to find extra space and start gathering our vendors and making them bigger? The plan is to put in athletic grass into this area, and there's going to be a stage there for Regina Folk Festival. For us, if you take a look at this photograph up here, this is how the space would change. It curves inwards into the park. Right where the circle is located is where a stage will be located, right at the intersection of Cornwall and 12th Avenue. This is the equivalent of 2 blocks of space. There is electrical built in. They've used extra heavy-duty rebar, and that is so that the trucks sitting on the space, the vegetable trucks and so on, that it will handle that kind of traffic. On the corner here where the red square is where the restaurant is intended to go in, and that restaurant will service families, and it's hoped that one of our farmers market members will win the contract for that. They would like to see local foods coming out of there, and Regina Farmers Market's foods used from that restaurant location. There'd be seating. Other things that have been added is a number of what they call living rooms. The living rooms are where you would have like little chair areas, benches with tables, nice and relaxing for the consumer that comes in to visit the market. They can go get a little something to eat and sit down and eat it. Right here where our normal market space is, we can either use this for vendors and continue to expand, and there is some talk of eventually the city would like to see Lawrence Street covered as well too in front of the library. But for the time being, this is more than enough space for the amount of vendors we have, so we would like to use this for consumer parking. We are allowed to use both sides of the street, and I believe the park side is the one that has the electrical in it. The water feature has now been moved. It was originally on the stage, and I think it's going to be more, she said south, so I'm not sure which way that is, if it's going to be over here by the, but the worry and concern was you can't put it on the stage because then children running away from the sprays of water into traffic, so putting it into a more safe location. Well, on our website, reginafarmersmarket.ca, we offer you up-to-date street beats, which are done by the manager, and that will tell you which vendors are in, or maybe if they're missing that market that day, and that is done the day before every market. We have a vendor listing, so you can get a hold of vendors on your own if you want a bigger order, or if you want to order things in advance and pick them up at the market. You can look them up on the vendor page. You can find more information on vendors, our locations, times at www.reginafarmersmarket.ca. Regina Farmers Market runs Wednesdays and Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., May to October at City Hall. Winter Market is held at 2900 13th Avenue, Saturdays only, 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m., mid-October to mid-December.